And welcome, ObiCrafters. This is going to be a tutorial on how to operate the menu, the help menu. Okay, so the first thing maybe we want to go over is how to access the menu. And generally, if you want to type it, you can just do /help. There it is, or /PC. Okay. I prefer to use this keyboard here, the Obsidian PC. And with that, all I do is click. The Obsidian PC is a totem retextured with the click commands. If you wanted to craft this, you don't even need a totem. So if we go in here, there's the menu for it, the recipe, and boom, we have an Obsidian PC. Also, when it's in your offhand, it gives you an extra heart. And kind of looks cool. Looks like it's on your arm right there. Okay. Um, so let's go over what's in the computer. This is what I call it. We will start with why have the keyboard? Why use the help menu at all? Um, we are a sci-fi themed server, and I like the immersion of having a computer to access the commands and things that you can do in game. Now, your menu is going to look different when you open it. We'll go over that as we get along. But we'll start with the start menu right here. So when you click on the start menu, you can see a little bit of information about the server. You can see the different worlds that you can go to. You can go to spawn. And here we are. You can go to the game room and see lots of cool stuff we built here. Plus, there's different games and parkours to do here. We'll get to that shortly as well. You can access the events menu. And here you can access the dollhouse and Lego parkour, the Pong observation cabinet here, which we got some work to do on it, but we will get it there soon. You can get to Andromeda, which is one of the build worlds, or you can get to Milky Way. As you see, there's some information there on the different worlds. You can also go to your bed, which this was the last place I slept, so this is back where we're at. You have 3 different menus down here, and in those you see you have the overworld resource, the nether resource, and the end resource. You also get a little countdown there of when those worlds reset, so that you can plan accordingly. The seeds for the overworld does not change. So as soon as you start mapping out the overworld, if you have one of those maps like this right here, you can access some of those same locations again later. So that's cool. Server reboot in 5 minutes. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Okay, we'll be back as soon as the reboot is done to move on to other parts of the menu. And we are back. Moving on. Not that. Okay. So you can check your mail. This is only for staff to send official announcements. When you pull it up, you're able to see the different information, things that we've sent to people that may not have access to Discord, or sometimes we send players direct messages to respond to questions in chat when we are not online or when they are not online. All right, let's go ahead and take care of sounds here. And there we go. The next thing is the different virtual workbenches and virtual tools. So you will not have access to this right away, but through the quest system up here, you can get access to it no real money needed, although you can donate to ObiCraft and get access to these. But these allow you to access a workbench. Tell you what, let's go ahead and disable. I was going to show you guys this later, but that sound annoys me. Opening it every time. So we're going to, this is options here, we'll go over in a little bit. So now when we open it, we don't get the sound. So you got a virtual ender chest here that you can get access to. You have a player vault here, which you can access all these things. You see /WB /EC /PV1. You can access these in game without using the menu. Again, the reason for the menu and for the keyboard and is immersion. It is nice to not have to stop when I'm playing and actually use the keyboard. I guess that's just me. I don't use the keyboard too often in game. I use a combination of a trackball mouse and a PS4 style remote. So um, this, I don't like using just the remote because it's too slow. And I'm not crazy about the keyboard either. So this allows me to move around really quick. Jump. I actually use the sprint and jump button is on my mouse on the back and forth buttons that are on top of it. So enough about my setup, but again, the immersion. We can go into the menu and play these, use these commands without actually having to type them. This is Player Vault. You will not have a full, 6 rows right off the bat. You'll just have 3 if you're a first-time player. However, you can get this through the quest system, or through the shop. Let's see, what else do we got? We have the virtual anvil. Works just like a regular anvil, with the exception it does not break. So you never have to worry about your anvil breaking if you're using the virtual anvil. You have a virtual stone cutter here that you can also get access to through the quest system, and it works just like a normal stone cutter. We have party chat on the server, so I'm going to turn it on. It tells you a little bit about how to use it and how to access the help information on it. The only downside to this, and it will be worked on, is test. Everything is in green. I'm working on ways to make it so that when you can set a way to change your text easily without actually having to use color codes. So turn that back off. And then we have the number of players per world. This is to try and figure out whether or not you can sleep through the night, because you can sleep through the night if there are enough, few enough players on the server, or if you meet the right percentages. This applies to only non-AFK players. So if you have, 4 people in Andromeda, and one of them is AFK or 2 of them are AFK, then only one person needs to sleep. So if 2 people out of 4 in Andromeda are AFK, then only one person needs to sleep to get through the night. And that applies to all the worlds. You'll notice at the very bottom down here where it says 65.65 minutes until next rain cycle stage. So this is just a nice little convenience to be able to see, okay, when is it going to rain again? So we have an hour until it's actually going to rain. So that's nice. Yeah. And that concludes just this first little section down here. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and we'll come back with the rest of the help menu. We are back in my kitchen, and we are going to go over the options. So the first one I already showed you, but I'm going to turn this back off. I was messing with it. So there's only one sound option right now, on or off, that will control the opening sound for the menu. I will be adding other sounds throughout the menu in the future, so this, if you like the sounds, cool. If not, you can disable them. The scoreboard. So this right here will toggle, see if you notice right there, boom, it'll toggle the scoreboard on and off. I will be adding other scoreboards in the future, so you may see other options in here other than just a left click. Um, and then toggle favorites. We'll get to this one later. It has to do with the favorites commands. Okay, but the customization backgrounds. Here we go. So right now you start off with just the normal background, but you have a few options, not many, but a few. You can have this stellar jet, the Carina Nebula picture, the Horsehead Nebula, I like a lot. The Mojang Ender Dragon background, and my personal favorite, the old Windows 7 background. All right, so those are just some customization features that you can use in the menu. Um, Favorites. So the favorites here allow you, the player, to program your own buttons and click actions. Now, what is that? Well, if I wanted to, let's see an example. Uh, I have different warps in here that I like to go to, right? Or commands that, as a you wouldn't be able to run these commands because it is using your player permissions. But if you have like tfly, there are two sets. So if you right click on this, you can see everybody starts off with just these red buttons here, and you program them to whatever you want to do. So like I programmed one for tfly to be able to enable and disable my tfly. The way this is done is through using the head Minecraft head website. Um, there you can get the codes, the ID codes for a head value. And with that, you can program the head and you can program the command. Now, by default, it's going to use the way you program the head icon here is through either holding the head in your hand, and then it'll program whatever head you're holding. It works with most heads, but not all of them. And the second way that I prefer is through, which it's already set to that. It's set to true for ID value, false for player head and offhand. So if I set it like this, it would be for the player head and offhand value, and if I set it like this, it's for the ID value. So again, I prefer the player head value code. So once you get that code, you set it to, let's say, what's a command I have not set recently? Something that I'll use a lot. You already have home bed here, but let's say I wanted to program, home bed. So I'm going to go to the website off camera, and I'm going to look for a bed. So let me find a bed, and let's see what's a interesting one here. Okay, this looks decent. All right, so once you find the player head that you want to use, you scroll all the way to the bottom and you see under the for developers, you copy the head value. And then you come back here, and right now you see to shift left click to program your favorite command, or shift right click to program an icon. So we're going to shift, hold the shift key down, and right click, and it's going to ask for the head value. And the head value is going to look something like this code right here. Just enter. All right. And now when I go back in, it's set to a bed. All right, well, if I want to program a command now to use here, I'm going to shift left click to program. And I'm going to say, instead of / home bed, I'm just going to say home bed. Okay. And now when I go back in and I click on this, boom, here I am at my bed. All right. That's another one I want to disable, right? T-fly. I don't use it too often. All right. Fly was disabled. Okay. So that is the favorites commands, and you have two sets of them. If you right click this favorites command right here, you can choose between, it's kind of like if you ever had an old radio that you could program stations on. It's like presets, right? So you have just whatever warps you use a lot, you don't want to type them in all the time, or if you want to have your T-fly turned on and off through the commands, you can do it here. Also, to note, this doesn't change between opening and closing the menu. So if I exit the menu and go back in, it's still open. If I turn that off, exit the menu, go back in, it's off. All right, but I keep it on most of the time. And that's favorites. We're going to go and pause here before we move on to the next couple of items. Okay, and we're back. We are going to go over the Space Depot. So the Space Depot is where you can make money in game. And when you click on this menu, you're going to see a different icon down here than I see. But this icon that you have down here will be used to reset the menu of items every time it resets. And if you see, we're at an hour and 21 minutes, and the you know, whenever that counts down all the way to 0, you guys will be able to reset the menu and get a new set of items. If you want to see the items that are in here, you can shift left click to see a category of blocks. So under here, we can see the blocks category, and we see like if blue ice comes up on the Space Depot, it's going to be between the prices of $10 and $30 randomly. And then emeralds, whatever you want in here, right? They are random. You know, there's some items we've been waiting for it to come up for quite a while, and just the luck of the draw. And again, if you come in here, you'll see all the different blocks that you can try and make farms for, or get ready to make if you want to be able to make some money on the black market on the Space Depot. Yeah, we call it black market. Space Depot, it's just our branding of it. And so let's go back. Okay, you have a back button here. It's kind of like the door, right? You can go back to the last place you were. So returning to previous location. Oh, I guess I need to be somewhere else, right? So let's go to Sweet Tooth. Okay, we're at Sweet Tooth. But if I want to go back, yeah, I'm back here. All right. And then you have an exit button here. I like to put the exit or close button or back button in a lot of the menus up here in the right hand corner, or with a barrier block here. And all this does is close out of the menu so you can go play Minecraft. All right, we're going to take another quick little break, and then we'll come back to the rest of the top icons and go through what those have to offer. Okay, we are back. So along the top row here, you have things that are meant to be helpful. Remember, this is originally the help menu. So /help gets you here. /help_menu, I think, does too, along with /PC. And I'm not sure if everybody has access to it, but even computer opens it up. So lots of different commands to get to the same place. But this is essentially a help menu. And in here, you have a rules section where you can see, some of the rules that we have here on ObiCraft. And then you can right-click on any of these to go back. And then we also have quests on the server. So if you left-click here, you can see some of the different quests. These will earn you Stardust, and the Stardust can be used in the quest shop. So here in the quest shop, the hay bells are just placeholders because I already have these items. But if you are going to earn the Stardust and try to get the virtual ender chest, it's purchasable here in the quest shop. The workbench is also something here in the quest shop. Telekinesis perk. This is very cool. Let's look at that real quick. So what is the telekinesis perk? Well, first let me turn it off and show you, normal vanilla Minecraft. So I'm going to go here to my perks, just regular perks. I'm going to turn off the telekinesis perk. Okay, and if I break a block, oh, it drops, and I got to go pick it up, right? Maybe I do want T-fly. Okay, so that's telekinesis perk, right? Or that's vanilla Minecraft, right? You break a block, it drops. Okay, so what is the telekinesis perk? So we're going to go back to perks, and we're going to enable the telekinesis perk right here. And now when I break a block, boom, right in my inventory. Very convenient. And you can get this perk as well. All you have to do is do quest and get Stardust, and then purchase it here with the Stardust from the quest shop. You can expand your PV size to add the extra 27 slots. So what is the PV? That is right here in the middle. Now, notice I have it right here in the middle. So what's cool about that, when you click, for most players, depending, I guess it depends on your GUI size, your UI size, you're right there. So like, boom, I just double click, I'm in my vault. See that? So escape, boom, right in my vault, just with a double click on the mouse. All right. Um, the quest shop also has the stonecutter perk, or the stonecutter virtual stonecutter. It has the virtual anvil. You can get a elytra from here, and the only thing special about this elytra is that it has unbreaking 4, so it's a little more durable. And then you also can expand the number of shops you can sell in using through here. So some of the things that do not go away, so like I've got every one of these in game, getting with quest points. So now when I spend my Stardust, I'm either getting money, 100k for 12 Stardust, or I am getting fly time. I may need to get another cow spawner in the future, or a rabbit spawner. Actually, you need to get a rabbit spawner. So I'm going to be getting that soon. Or chicken spawner. So some of the spawners, these 3 specifically, are accessible through here. Fly time is accessible through here, either 15 minutes for 7 Stardust or 30 minutes for 12. Slightly better deal, just slightly. We might change that in the future. We'll revisit it. Um, Cash also 50k for 7 Stardust, or 12 or 100k for 12 Stardust. And then something that many players know about, but I only just updated this today after me and Mama Bear discussed it. You can now get 3 Supernova access cards, or keys, for 64 Stardust. So this gets you OP tools from the Supernova crate. That is a ongoing crate that does not go away here on the server. And that's pretty much it right now. If you have ideas of what to add to the quest shop, please put them in the comments. We will visit those. We like, taking user suggestions and implementing them here on the server. Um, okay, so one thing to mention when you're doing the quests and you go from one world to the next world. So let's just say I'm going to do one of these quests, and then I say, okay, well, I'm going to go to the resource world, and I'm going to find the mangrove or cherry forest, and I'm going to cut those down. Okay, as soon as I go to the overworld, if you notice, my scoreboard has changed. I no longer see what the quest is telling me. So back here in the menu, I just right click, and it's back. All right, but I am not doing that right now, so we're going to cancel the quest. We are going to turn our scoreboard back on. Had to press it twice. That's okay. Sometimes you got to do that. And then we are going to go back to here. Something to note about back. It does not let you go back to the end resource, nether resource, or event world. There are some reasons for that that I'm not going to go into here, but so we've gone over rules, we've gone over the Obi quests, we've gone over the quest shop. Um, we will take a quick break and then we'll get back to the economy. Okay, and welcome back. So the economy, you can, this actually is taken a while to update. So many players that have been here a while probably don't even know. But we have 2 features here. So we left click and we can go into the economy menu. This just tells you a little bit about where you can make money. So you can make money on the Space Depot. You can make money through player shops, and it gives you information on how to set those shops up. Tells you the max number of shops you have, which can change per player. Tells you about trading with other players, voting, which through the vote sites you can spend your vote keys and get in-game cash as well. The auction house and how that works. Uh, and we need to update this. I'm constantly updating things on here, so always look out for that. It is no longer 24 hours. We have this set at a week, I believe. So if you put something on the auction house, it'll be up there for 1 week. Obsidian rank. This tells you a little bit about the Obsidian rank and how to get it. So the paying players, this is where you can pay another player money. Maybe that's not getting money yourself, but that allows other players to give you money. So let's go back to help. Now, right now, you see this icon. This is a rainbow kyber crystal. We are working on getting kyber crystals into the game so people can make their own lightsabers. It is very slow. I do apologize for that, but there are so many things to develop and they take so much time. If you right click, you can see the things that are on AH. I'm going to go ahead and show you. So what's cool about this is if you come into the menu, you can see that, hey, yep, there are 9 listings on AH right now. So let's say there were no listings on AH, which is usually the case. So I'm going to go into my auction items and I'm going to end all and then, okay, type H, confirm. All right. And then I want to go, oh, and what did it do? It changed to a diamond. So now that there is nothing on the auction house, this icon changed to a diamond. You can still get to the auction house, but, you know, boom, claim all. All right, let's deal with that later. I'll put it back on an auction house later. Recipe book, it is down right now. So the workaround, if you click on it, it tells you. So let's say I want to craft something that is an end-game, custom recipe. All I have to do is click on the X here, and then I can either type in what I'm looking for or just scroll through until I see the thing that I want to craft. So if you notice, you got Dev's armor here. It tells you how to craft that. You have the, totem right here. What is it? This is the way to live. The yard flamingo, the Ben 10 watches, the coconut smoothies, how to make popcorn. Like the list goes on. There are all kinds of different recipes in here. So just because our recipes guide is down does not mean you cannot access the recipes and see how to make things. So use this for now. As soon as we can fix the recipes, we will. And let's get back to the show. Okay. So vein miner. This actually is going to take some time. So we are going to skip this for now. We'll come back and do this in its own section. Claims and lands menu. Okay, so because I'm opt, I have unlimited claims, but we are all the time giving people extra claims, claim blocks, and more. If you have claim blocks, they will not show up in this list. So if you've claimed things with claim blocks, they do not show up in how many claims you have left of how many claims. But if you click here, you can go in and see more information on claims, how to claim a chunk, how to unclaim a chunk, the owner of the chunk you're standing in, a list of your claims if you wanted to go find a claim. Let's see what else. You have how to add players to your land, to trust them and untrust them, how to see a map of the claims that you have. And this right here is supposed to show particles around the world border of your claims. And then this is not new, but needs some work. So be careful using it. If you want to make your land more accessible, you shift right click here to make your lands buttons, trapdoors, horses, leads open to the public. I know that some players have, in order to let players, ride roller coasters and other things. So something that you do have the option to do. Just note that people will be able to access your horses, and so that's pretty much it for that. So that's a left click. If you right click, you can open up the lands menu and you can see the different more information. You can go into your flags and turn some things you cannot turn off, like TNT yet. This will be enabled soon for ranks above Martian. So scientists, Obsidian, and up will be able to enable TNT on their land. But for now, we are not enabling that. We'll get to it soon. So that's pretty much it for that. And then your warps. So when you go here, most of this is just to see how many homes you can set, how many warps you can set. You can click on here and it'll take you to the player warp section. And here you can, if you have a shop and you want to put it into the menu, you can add your shop to the menu here. So like, you got Magnificent in his books. You got My Wool. You have Xbox's X&B shop. Some of these may be a little bit old and dated, but they're still there. And let's see. Warps. Okay. So that's pretty much it for warps. We have now, you will not be able to put anything into the official ObiCraft warps. These are just for server warps that we advertise, like the old parkour. Oh yeah, the Halloween place, the ice race, just things that are server related. Let's see. So let's take a quick break and we will come back to the vein miner section. And we're back. So let's talk about vein miner. Vein miner allows you to chop down or mine more than one thing at a time. It does do damage on or it takes away from the durability of your tool, like you had mined all of those items. So if you, it'll do a 3 by 3 by 3 area, right? Which is 27 blocks max, and you have different options in here. So it is based on rank. Everybody has access to it, but you may not have all of the different times. So the difference between the axe and the pickaxe is the way that it's mining. The axe, it will, if you mine I say mine, if you break any block, the axe option here is going to break up to 27 connected blocks of the same type, versus the pickaxe here, which is going to do a 3 by 3 by 3 area. So you have different options here. You are able to spend XP to get 30 minutes, but you have a 1 hour cooldown before you can use it again. And then with the other options, you get, between 15, 30, 45, 60 minutes. And the lower the time, the higher the cooldown, the higher the time, the lower the cooldown. Again, you got to have some, perks for the different ranks. So let's go ahead and purchase just one. We'll see. Do I have 30 XP? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna buy the 30 XP one. So shift right click. Okay, now once you purchase it, you're gonna see the timer here. You see 29 minutes 53 seconds down at the bottom. Your vein miner will come up there, and you'll be able to vein mine for that amount of time. So do that. So let's go. Where's a good place? Let's just go to the resource world. And I will suggest that when you, it's loud, when you use this, that you use it in with the quest. So you can enable Vein Miner, go to the quest, and then do one of the wood quests. There's multiple quests for all kinds of different types of wood. They have countdowns, cooldowns from when you can use them again. I think the wood chopping ones are every 2 to 3 days. But if you use the Vein Miner with that quest, you're able to finish the quest faster. So what's the difference? Well, right now we have the we purchased the pickaxe version, right? So I'm gonna take a shovel out. Let's find a good spot. All right, let's get down to. Okay, so this is the 3 by 3 by 3. When you break a block, it breaks a 3 by 3 by 3 area. Now, if you wanted to do the if you wanted to change that after you've already purchased it, you can choose the vein miner default versus the vein miner tunnel. So that's the tunnel that we're on right now. If we change it to default, then when we break a block, let's say it's going to break, let's try it again. Okay, it tries to break other of the same connected texture. Not quite doing like a, well, maybe it is. This works great for trees mostly. All right, so if I wanted to break a tree down, you would want the default setting because it's able to get all the tree. Because if you try to use the default section right here, the tunnel version with the tree, it's only going to get that much of the tree. So other options here in the vein miner are the you can turn it on and off. So if I turn it off, now when I break a block, I'm just breaking that one block. So I'm going to turn it back on. All right, but I'm also going to change, like right now, the activation method is on stand. And if I click, I can do always, I can do sneak. So at sneak, when I break a block, I have to actually be crouching to break more blocks. If we're going to show trees off, let's go ahead and change this back to default. And let's change it to sneak again. And then so again, if I do that, but if I sneak, boom, it breaks it. Okay, what else about vein miner? You have, stare up and stare down. So let's stare down and see what that looks like. Oh, stare down, and let's go to stand. I like stand. It's on, and let's see. Oh, there it is. All right. So that is stare down. It lets you do a stare down like that. That's all it is. Pretty cool, pretty nifty. You can change it to stare up, etc. Okay, and that is vein miner. I'm going to go ahead and turn my vein miner off. And then you notice that I have a HUD down there that shows me the vein miner time. Sometimes that will break and you won't see the HUD. We will get more into that later, but if that happens, you can come to this HUDs menu and you can shift right click to fix the missing HUD. Now, this is a server-wide thing that happens for everybody, it fixes, so it can only be ran by a player once every 24 hours. If it breaks before the 24 hours again, you can get staff to run it, or if another player is online, they can run it to fix it. And so that is it on vein miner. Let's go ahead and get back to my place, and we'll resume here in just a minute. Okay, we are back. We've gone over vein miner, and next we're going to go over the gradient rename tool. So anybody can use this. If you click on it, it's going to give you a website to use called Birdflop RGB. You don't have to use this one. Basically, any place that's going to give you gradient codes to let you make whatever gradient you want, you can. So let's say I wanted a red and white gradient that said, oh, I don't know, let's take a look. Oh, I already have my emoji book. All right. What if I wanted it to say red and white and say something like game on, or yeah, let's do game on. All right, let me go ahead and go get a code. Let's just choose a red color and a white color, and let's just say game on. All right, and then we're going to copy that from the website. Okay, and then back here in game, we are going to read the instructions. It says to shift right click with the item. Okay, left click for more info, shift left click to set a preview. So shift left click to enter the gradient. All right, so I want to also, now it helps to do this in a text editor. All right, so and F, let's go to the beginning, and you are limited on space, but you go ahead and you do the gradient, and now, oh, did not like that. Let's try that again. See, it does not cost any XP to set the gradient. All right, we're going to try that again. Press up, get the last thing that was in here, and F. Okay, there we go. Now let's check it out. Okay, so now it says game on. So you can set your own gradients right here, see a preview of it, and then with the item that you want in your main hand, so let's say I was renaming the stack of rockets right here, and I don't have enough XP, but how would you do that? Well, you hold it in your main hand, and then you have to run /help or /PC and to get access into here, and then you would shift right click with the item in your main hand to name it the preview below, and it's going to cost you 35 XP levels. So if I try to do it right now, it's going to say you don't have enough XP levels for this. Okay, that's fine. So that's the gradient rename tool. It's pretty nifty. Feel free to play around with it. And here before the end of the show, actually, you know what? Let's go see it right now. I'm going to be doing a bid or auction or something. I haven't decided what, but I want to give away some cool gradient tools that I've made with this whole system. Now, these are vanilla with, so they're all vanilla enchants, nothing OP, but they're all just based on the GOAT. So yeah, so that's it. Well, that's some of the cool stuff you can do. So like you can make your own gradients, you can use emojis. If you don't have a book, just let someone in chat know, and we'll. I'm working on getting access to this book. I'll probably, I don't know. I'll probably put an NPC at spawn. That'll give it to you one time, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so what else? Let's see here. All right, so that is the gradient rename tool. So OB perks, or perks in general. So if you left click on this, you're going to get the general perks. Not everything is accessible to everyone, but different ranks are able to get different perks. You can see that in the ranks menu. I'll show you in a minute. And then if you right click here, we have some brand new OB perks. So this takes you into a new section where we have, like right now I have 5 days until I can get free Stardust again. But Martians here can get free Stardust once a week. The Scientist or Obsidian rank, and remember the Obsidian rank is a free rank that you get in game. It costs 3 million in game, so you know, free. It doesn't cost any in real life money. But this allows you to bank your Stardust. So like right now I have 78 Stardust. If I wanted to withdraw a Stardust, let's see, shift left click to withdraw. And then there's my Stardust that I have. Now I'm down to 77. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in my bank. And I'm going to shift right click to deposit. Okay. And now I'm back up to 78. Yep. All right, Virtual Doctor for astronomers and up. Heal once every 24 hours, and then so pretty nifty. XP Bank. This is cool for stargazers up. So by the way, currently there's only an Obsidian free rank, but I am working on new ranks. We just need a few more players to get it, the Obsidian rank, before I'll go ahead and make the next set of ranks. And it's going to be more than just in-game money for the next ones. They'll have some quests associated with them you'll have to complete in order to be able to purchase the new ranks. But XP bank here, you're able to bank your XP points, and this is great because if you needed 35 levels and you have 288 levels, it's a waste of points to spend 35. You would want to bank all of your XP, and then you would want to get out just enough for 35 XP levels because it's cheaper. So basically, after 35, it starts increasing incrementally or exponentially on how many points it costs to get to the next level. So uh, if you have 70 XP levels and you only need to spend 35, then you're going to spend the top 35, right, which are more expensive than the bottom 35. So it's a good idea to bank your XP, all your XP points, and then get out just what you need. This is a feature I will be bringing to a towns menu soon, but I had to develop it first, and I've only just recently developed it for single players. Next will be to develop it for towns. Virtual repair. So this is a very cool one. This will let you repair one tool in your main hand once every 24 hours, or you can repair all items in your inventory once a week. Now, if you are holding a vehicle, it can break that vehicle's texture, but as soon as you place the vehicle and pick it back up, the texture is fine. So, just keep that in mind. If you break a vehicle, not a big deal. You can repair it. And then for commanders up, you can get your player head for 1 XP level, so no need to die and lose all your XP, or to have to set a bed and keep dying over and over to get the head. But then here's the coolest one. This is for Celestials, and basically with this one, you can, like I said, go to the Minecraft Heads website. If you click on that, it'll tell you the Minecraft Heads website. Same place you go to program these heads down here. And with that, you can program any head you want. And for 5 XP levels, you can get that head. Very cool because you don't have to, go out and change your skin and then, go through the process of dyeing or even using this. You can just get whatever head you want for 5 XP levels and start building, start creating. That's the whole point of this, right? I'm a survival, so. Let's see. We have, those are all the new perks. And next we have the ranks. So this will give you a breakdown. It does not have everything that you get access to. Some of the things are brand new, but this is an overview of the different regular perks you get: glow, vision, Poseidon, resistance, speed, rabbit, fire resistance. And it gives you the amounts of donation amounts that you would have to contribute, or see the free obsidian rank here. So basically, I need to update this as I build out the new ranks, but the Obsidian and Scientist mirror each other. You get the same number of claims, you get the same number of warps, and you get the same vision perk, access to the armor stand. This is, so the Obsidian and Scientist mirror each other, and then we'll have an Astronomer and, I don't know, Crying Obsidian or something. I don't know. We haven't figured out all the different ranks yet for the free side, but we will have a freed mirror, or a rank that you can get in game without real money that will mirror each of these as we go. Um, the Here's the icon for buying the Obsidian rank. You must be a Martian rank to buy it. If you choose to donate real money in the future, this rank will not skip you past the Scientist rank. And then also, once you've gone to one of these paid ranks, you cannot do the free ranks. So keep that in mind too. Let's see. That's the ranks. Let's take a quick break and we will come back to the Obsious browser. Okay, and we're back. All right, so why make money on the server at all? What good is it? I mean, there's not a lot of players to buy things from. I know we're a slow server. That's, we're not really concerned about that. We love playing Minecraft, and that's why we're here. And we will keep this server up as long as we're alive and making Minecraft. So the Obsious browser here, it is a money sink. Um, great YouTuber once said in one of his videos that the server really needs a good money sink. Well, this was my answer for that. This is the Bamboozled website. So don't get bamboozled, but go here anyway and spend all of your money. What can you get here at Bamboozled? Well, you can get furniture, you can get backpacks, you can get vehicles. And how does this work? So you find the type of item you want. We have, black sectional couches here. If you want to change the color, you can change the color just by cycling through the different color options. You can cycle through the different items here. We have ottomans down here. You can go through the different colors you want there. We have different types of, end tables, coffee tables, shelves, chairs, bar stools, just about everything you need there to decorate. And then all the different wood colors, right? So some of the items are more than others, like $5,000 for this. But if you want to decorate with it, that's what it is. Uh, Backpacks tab. We don't have a whole lot in here yet, but you can get backpacks in game. They are also 5,000 in-game cash. You to purchase most of these items, you will shift right click on the item to purchase it, and then you can use the backpacks. Vehicles. We have all kinds of X-Wing fighters you can buy. These are expensive, 500,000 in game. I don't even have 500,000. I could. I have Stardust enough to get and we'll get to that soon. But you have different X-Wing fighters here because we are a space-themed server. You have a UFO, ObiCraft UFO, and then you have different cars down here that you can purchase. $100,000 for the cars, $250,000 for these faster cars, 500,000 for this game. I will have more planes in the future. I need to disable this currently because of a lag issue from the 1.21.1 upgrade. We had to disable fuel in all of these, so they will not use fuel. I may turn that back on in the future because I kind of like the fuel. I thought it was cool where you have to go to a refueling station and fill the batteries back up to be able to use the cars. And then we got some special cars down here. So you have a DeLorean, you have a Back to the Future inspired DeLorean, and so this one anybody can get, but for the Back to the Future inspired one, the flying DeLorean, this will fly just like the spaceships will, and the Bat car here, and the flying broom here. All of those, you have to have a special relic to be able to purchase them. And they'll tell you, in addition, you will need a winged key relic to purchase this vehicle. See the Witch Quest for more info. Same thing with, like this one. See the Hover Conversion Quest for more info. And you'll have the item in your inventory, and then you'll be able to purchase those. So that's our vehicles, that's our backpacks, that is our furniture tab, that is our Bamboozled website on the Obsious browser here. Huds menu. Okay, the Huds is this little thing down here, like where you can see the vein miner, right? One of the things I like to do, and for a long time, I stopped any staff and myself from being able to disable this scoreboard on the side. But I reluctantly changed that, but only after I was able to add in other options. So now, if I'm playing on the server, I was never a big fan of having a scoreboard, but I get the point of it. And one of the biggest things is knowing when a player is on the server or jumps on the server. We want to make sure that we're greeting our players and seeing if they need any help. So now I'm going to turn the scoreboard off though. And in order for me to know if another player jumps on the server, I need to have it, I need to see it somewhere. That's where the HUD menu comes in. I can open the HUDs menu, and then I can go find the online player count, and I can change it. So now I can see the online players. So Sometimes this HUD menu breaks. Again, you can shift right click this icon once every 24 hours to be able to fix that. Um, you can see when the Space Depot is being reset. You can see the world time through this clock right here. You can see the vein miner time, which is that vein miner. You can see your balance. You can see the owner of the chunk you're in, the biome that you're in, or the current XP points right there. Um, so those are some of the cool things you can do. Another thing, and this is experimental fonts that I'm still working on. I updated the Star Trek Next Generation font here. A little difficult to read, but again, it's work in progress, experimental. Kind of like it. Still needs a little bit more work. But that's the HUDs menu. Next, you got the vote GUI. So just, you can use your vote points to buy some of the items that are difficult to get in game, like the skeleton skulls. You can get diamonds. We'll add more to that in the future, but everything on the server is work in progress. If you right click, let's see, vote. So click here. Oh, okay. So from here, you can see all of your links. I've already done my voting, but if you want to see all the vote sites, you go there. Discord, if you are 13 years or older, you're able to join our Discord, and this will give you the link to that invite. Obi Towns, again, more coming soon. We just finished writing the XP bank, and that will be the first thing we add to the Obi Towns, so that you can people in your town can bank their XP and put it all together and share it back and forth. The Okay, so crate armor fixes. We have gone through a lot of updates. Every time we do an update, things break, and big changes came with 1.21.1 and up. Due to those changes, a lot of things changed with armor. And so a lot of the armor that players have right now, that was the old leather armor that's retextured to have, and also changed to have durability that matches netherite durability. A lot of that broke, but I am in the process of fixing it, and I will get this up and working soon so that you can actually, if you have armor to change out from old crates that is not the correct durability, that is now fixed. So even though the components change was very annoying, it has been, I think, a change for the better. It allows you to do so much more with the items that you have. One of them may be the ability to put glide options on other items other than just, elytras. So we'll work with that more in the future. Also, you see in red there, right click here to send yourself the texture pack. Sometimes the texture pack doesn't load for you. If this happens, you can come to this icon. You can right click here and it should hopefully fix your texture pack. A lot of times that is the fix. If it doesn't, you may have a client-side issue. We have a link in Discord, if you join our Discord server, that talks about how to enable server texture resource packs. And finally, YouTuber rank and links. So we're not a big server. We don't do a lot of advertising, and we don't have any real set qualifications for the YouTuber rank. Many of them that we have were people that we played with that were YouTubers, um, and then people that we met along the way. So if you left click here, you can see some of our official YouTubers. And not all of our YouTubers are active on ObiCraft these days, but we will always be subscribed and liked to them. We got ObiCraft's official channel here, where this video will be posted when I'm done. Madman's Playground, Devik, Kavol. So those are just some of them. And then one more note, if you right click, you'll get information about the YouTuber perks, and what we look for in players, for players who have made some ObiCraft videos, either favorable or with constructive criticism, have channel content that is PG-13 like. We are a family-friendly server, remember. We owners get along with, that do not start drama, follow ObiCraft rules. Uh, we do not generally pay for videos, but may from time to time, and encourage our YouTubers to be transparent about payment for videos ads. And then some of the YouTubers, these are some of the perks that they get. One of the biggest perks they get is free access to most of our event sets, not all of them. Like the recent Halloween crate, we did not do that for because we we made that accessible to everybody to get for free. So, and I thought that was a fun little haunted house hunt that we did there. Um, Other than that, that is everything about our menu. I hope that you find it more accessible now, easier to use. And until next time, you guys have fun playing Minecraft, ObiCraft, wherever you play. Enjoy. Thank you.